Cold welding is a process in which the material of the workpiece to be welded, same or different, is heated or pressurized, or both are used, and with or without filler materials, so that the material of the workpiece can achieve the establishment of elasticity and form a permanent. In connection, fusion welding is a method in which the welding joint is heated to molten state during the weld in process, and the welding is completed without pressure. Under heating conditions, the kinetic energy of the atoms of the metal is enhanced, and the mutual diffusion between atoms is promoted. When the welded metal is heated to a molten state to form a liquid molten pool, the atoms can fully diffuse and close contact. So after cooling and solidification, it is formed. Strong welded joints use ice as an analogy. Common methods include gas welding, arc welding, electro-slag welding, and gas-shielded welding. Pressure welding is a welding method in which pressure, heated or not, must be applied to the weld meant during the welding process. This type of welding has two forms. One is to heat the welded metal contact part to a plastic state or a partial melting state, and then apply a certain pressure to make the metal atoms bond with each other to form a strong loop or dead joint, such as forge welding, contact welding, friction welding, and air pressure welding are pressure welding methods. The second is not to heat. Just apply enough pressure on the contact surface of the metal to be welded, with the help of the plastic deformation caused by the pressure, so that the atoms are close to each other to obtain a firm joint. This method includes cold pressure welding and explosion welding, etc., mainly used for clad steel plates. Brazing, using a metal material with a lower melting point than the base material, heating the weldment and the solder to a temperature higher than the melting point of the solder, and lower than the melting point of the base material, and the base material is wetted with a liquid solder to fill the gap between the joints, and the method of mutual diffusion with the base metal to realize the connection of the weldment. Common brazing methods include soldering iron welding and flame brazing. Gas welding, use oxyacetylene or other gas flames to heat the base metal and filler metal to achieve the purpose. of welding. The flame temperature is about 3000, suitable for thinner workpieces, small diameter pipes, non-ferrous metal cast iron, and brazing. Manual arc welding, a manual welding method that uses an electric arc as a heat source to melt the welding rod and the base metal to form a weld. The arc temperature is about 6000-8000. It is suitable for the welding of ferrous metals and some non-ferrous metals, with a wide range of applications, especially for short welds and irregular welds. Submerged arc welding, automatic and semi-brake. The arc burns under the flux area, using granular flux as the covering layer of the metal molten pool to isolate the air so that it seep and not enter the molten pool. The welding wire is continuously fed into the arc area by the wire feeding mechanism, and the welding direction and moving speed of the arc are completed manually or mechanically. It is suitable for the welding of straight welds and regular welds of carbon steel, low alloy steel, stainless steel, copper, etc., of medium and thick plate materials. For gas electric welding, gas shielded welding uses shielding gas to protect the arc welding of the welding area. The shielding gas acts as a protective layer of the metal molten pool to isolate the air. The gas used is inert gas, reducing gas, oxidizing gas, suitable for welding carbon steel, alloy steel, copper, aluminum, and other non-ferrous metals and their alloys. Lucidism gas is suitable for alloys of carbon steel and alloy steel. 5. Iron arc welding. It uses an ultra-high temperature heat source generated by the thermal shrinkage effect, mechanical shrinkage effect, and magnetic shrinkage effect after the gas is ionized in the arc for welding. The temperature can reach about 20,000. Friction welding. Use the heat generated by the friction in the welding surface to apply a 30% thermal welding force.